We good to go.
Just rolling.
We're rolling.
Just rolling. Good morning.
Should we make a countdown again? See what happens?
Mm-mm.
I'm just kidding.
She's doing it.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We made it.
Thank you.
We
Great
did
to
it.
be here.
Should we retire?
Yeah. I mean, we started hard. We started fresh. Oh my God, you just switched that.
Did it really go in?
High five.
Yes.
Well done. Well done.
I didn't even practice that.
No, that was impressive, actually.
Thank you.
We got that on camera, right?
I think it's important to note that we have a Little Tykes basketball hoop in our office. And behind you, and there's Patricia, we have a shuffleboard table, which is quite the amazing feat for us.
Shuffleboard is incredible.
So that table is 12 feet. The whole thing is 12 feet.
Yeah.
So we're on the second floor here of the headquarters in downtown Juno Beach, right? And to get this thing up the stairs and to actually get it up to this office was quite amazing because it wouldn't fit in the regular elevator. I hope that the fire department isn't listening. There's no easy stairway.
Yeah, there really isn't.
It's not. I'm thinking about turning
Guarded by beautiful rugs.
Yes. But there is a, what do you call it? Like
Freight elevator.
A freight elevator.
Yeah.
We had to literally pick this thing up, shove it into the freight elevator, like unscrew like the ceiling on there, and we probably, Steven, had maybe like a centimeter of play.
So you're telling me they shipped that table fully put together?
It's 3 pieces. It's the top level and then the 2 legs.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow. I would have thought that they would have made that a bit more convenient for consumers.
Assembly of that thing was probably 20 minutes. Really easy. But it weighs, I would say, a couple 100 pounds.
Wow. What do you think Bezos thinks of this?
Of what?
The fact that they shipped that such large
We didn't get it
structure.
from Amazon.
Wow.
No. Did we get it from
I
Amazon?
had to have gotten it from Amazon. Where else would you buy anything these days?
Like partycentral.com.
You know, Toys R Us, whew, poor guys. They gave it a heck of a run. But I was thinking about that this morning on the way in. I said, you know, it's amazing how 20 years ago was the norm. That if you had told me in 20 years Toys R Us will not be around anymore,
Right.
I would have said, you're crazy. What do you mean? There's kids are kids. Kids love toys. You know, but nowadays it just seems like Amazon has taken over the world.
What was like when you think of Toys R Us, the toy that you got when you were little, what was it?
Well, I certainly I loved model airplanes.
Oh.
Yeah, I was really weird with that. I loved putting models together, cars, airplanes, boats, whatever it might be. But when I really wanted to get my thrills off, I'd go over to the section where I can get like the Jeep Wrangler, you know what I mean, or something like that. Take the top down, take the top down convertible.
I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are the ones
Okay.
that I would just go there and get.
Yeah, yeah. Toys R Us was a great place.
Yeah.
Great place in the world. But
Good
know.
segue into Toys R Us.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't
Right
know why I got
at the
started with the Amazon, Toys R Us. I was just thinking it's incredible all these American
Amazon's-
institutions going out of business.
I mean, Amazon's doing I actually like what they're doing.
It's incredible for a
but
consumer.
I always like to talk with my marketing buddies. Like, what happens after Amazon? They're like, you kidding? This is it? I was like, no, it's not the it. There's always going to be an evolution, a deconstruction of something. So what is it that's past Amazon?
Wow. I mean, realistically, though, I feel like we're 50 years away from that, don't you think?
From what?
So I don't see the internet going away.
Yeah, I think it's a fad.
Okay.
I just
Facebook, I'm not sure if they're going to be around.
I use my rotary phone to call Steven.
No, but seriously, I don't see the internet going anywhere. I think that the way of the future is going to be online purchases. I think department stores that sell clothing are going away. I think
Do you know there's a Burlington coat factory that just opened up on North Lake?
Wow.
Yeah, so completely debunking your
Okay. Well, talk to me in 6 months and see if they're still there.
My mom went there and I was like, do they still sell coats? She's like, yeah, but they also sell like stuff like Kmart. And I was thinking, well, first of all, in South Florida, why would you have a Burlington coat factory?
That's what I was going to say to you.
But then they also sell like just like home stuff.
Well, I mean, there are things, when like home goods, if you will, if you go to stores like this, you'd like to touch, to feel, to see.
So what about IKEA though? So IKEA's done really well.
I've never got behind IKEA.
Why not?
I just felt like and I don't want to sound horrible here.
Yeah, do it, please.
Sound horrible. I felt like the furniture was very cheap. And also, when I buy furniture...
This entire office is outfitted in IKEA. So
like I said, it's cheap. No, but seriously. And then you have to put it together.
That's the worst. That causes divorces.
Although...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Lots of fights in families putting together IKEA furniture.
Could have sprung for the extra 100 had it put together.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, but you know what? That's another thing. And
so I want to tell a quick story about that IKEA
Please.
stuff, and I'll bring it up. And I like to pride myself on being an amazing business person and coming up with good ideas and building us to where we've been and all that stuff. I had a terrible business move. It's the first time making this public. So last year, we got this new office, which I really like, and we went to IKEA. And Ralph, who's no longer with us, he's still alive, but he's no longer with us. We got a U-Haul truck. On. We got a U-Haul truck and filled it full of IKEA furniture. Just stuffed it full. And we probably spent I'm outfitting an office, so we probably spent like $3,000 or $4,000, maybe even more than that, on getting all these desks and couches and stuff like that. So get back, and I'm just a really impulsive type of guy. You may know that about me. And I needed to go somewhere. I needed to help like my father-in-law do something, and so I wanted like the office put together. This was on a Thursday, I think, right, Steve? Sure. And so I look at these two, and they said, "Okay, well, let's get to putting this together." And I was like, "Guys, you know what? It's going to be a while before you actually get this thing together. It's probably going to take you through the weekend to do it." And they were like, "No, we can do this today. We'll have it done by tomorrow." Seriously, but jokingly, I said, "Listen, I'll give you both $2,000 a piece if this is put together by the end of the day." Laughing my butt off as I'm walking out to the elevator.
I bet you they got a bunch of it done.
At 5:30, I call them, and Ralph said, "You should probably come by the office." And I walked into the office, and everything was put together.
Hopefully you didn't pay them.
I did pay them.
Oh, boy.
But because it was a bad, and I don't think I ever told you this. I told you that story before, but because it was my decision, I actually paid out some of it personally as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was very nice of you.
Yeah. But from all you reported it and everything. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. So anyway, so we outfitted. So I really like our office vibe here.
It's beautiful.
I think it's pretty cool.
It really is.
PJ, what's your favorite part about the office? You don't have to pick it up. I'm just going to jam you up. You're fine. Just tell me.
The hoop.
The hoop.
Yeah, the hoop's important.
Yeah. I'm 1 for 1 today.
I wouldn't try that again for a week.
1 for 1. So we talked a little bit about the whole NFL kneeling and stuff yesterday.
Sure did.
And you are, unlike me, a massive sports fan. So I have a question for you, which was, I saw all of these guys on Facebook, like 50-year-old guys with like Redskins starter jackets and everything, and season tickets and it was for me, it was extremely comical to see grown men like burning their stuff, getting teary-eyed about their stuff because they just couldn't believe that their members of their team did not stand for the national anthem. So they were going to burn their stuff in the backyard. I found that extremely comical. Again, I stand for the national anthem. I'm fine if somebody wants to kneel. But I think that if you make such a big deal about that where you're crying over your starter jacket and you're burning it, I think we need to grow up a little bit when it comes to that standpoint. But we talked about this the other day. You didn't like the fact that people kneeled. Again, cool. I understand where you're coming from. But did you still watch on Sunday?
Admittingly, I did.
Will you stop watching?
I will not stop watching NFL football.
Do you think the majority of the United States who watch football?
Yeah.
I actually watched it. I was like, oh, I'm interested now. I want to see who stands. I want to pick the colors now.
I thought it was incredible. The backlash has been incredible. I think that for me, obviously, you know where I stand on this. I think that they should be standing. I think that they should salute the flag. I think it's bigger than a lot of different things, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But personally, I will not boycott the NFL. I enjoy watching it way too much. And for me, quite frankly, they are paid actors, and they're acting, and I will watch their performance.
And will your favorite team is the New York Jets?
Ooh, I wish you didn't say that out loud.
The Jets.
Oh, that's horrible.
The green team.
The green team.
The green team.
Yes.
Were you disappointed in any of your players, or were you just kind of like, let's just get this over with and let's see the game?
I was. I think we focus too much on this.
Yeah.
I think we are in a time where with social media and everybody having a voice that we like to publicize stupidity. Not saying that what they're doing is stupid, but if we don't call attention to it, nobody does it, right? So I blame us as a society for cultivating this type of this type of situation in these situations through various aspects of life, not just sports.
Sure. And I understand where you're coming from. I think you should be able to protest whatever, whenever and however you want.
Well,
non-violently, right?
Of course.
He was coming out throwing up double birds.
Yeah. No, I wish they would. I wish they would protest a little bit differently.
Okay, so I like that question. So let me ask you this. Let's just say he's like, you know what? Or let's just say these players want to, they're protesting. They're not, and we should put this out there. They're not protesting the flag. They're not protesting military. They're protesting police brutality. Okay?
Do people know that?
Well, I think they're starting to understand that now because we're talking about it. So in one way, they're the people that are doing it, they're doing a good job because they're talking about it.
Right.
But let me ask you this. Let me pose this to you. Okay, let's say these people say, fine, we're going to stand. But guess what? As soon as the national anthem's over, we're taking a T-shirt cannon, shooting 100 shirts into the stands that say "Protest Police Brutality." Would you feel better about that or worse?
I don't think it's the time or the place. I don't. I think that once again,
Football in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are paid actors to do a job, and that is not a part of their job. I understand that they're using their publicity to try to make a statement. I wish they would go about it in a different way, do it on their own time.
So no T-shirt cannons.
No T-shirt cannons.
What about if they go in while people are tailgating?
You know what? Listen, people can do whatever they want to do. They're going to do whatever they want to do. I personally don't agree with it. I was very teary-eyed, quite frankly, when I saw Villanueva for the Steelers, being the lone Steeler out there supporting the flag, being an Army Ranger, a guy that says, you know what, guys? Police brutality is horrible, but guess what? I serve my country, and that flag means a lot more to me than it means to you. And they will never understand that unless they go and serve their country. So with that said, that personally right there made me enjoy NFL football even more.
Did you see what Villanueva said yesterday?
I did not.
He did come back and said that he regretted doing that.
I wonder why he regretted doing it. It's almost like he said it publicly, right? It's almost like he was getting backlash from his team, James Harrison, Ben Roethlisberger, who, by the way, wish they were out there too.
Yeah,
but I do understand the camaraderie of a team, and you should be one.
Sure.
But quite frankly, that is something that I really enjoyed seeing. That man putting all of this aside and saying, "I'm going to salute my country that I served, regardless of what the situation is."
I actually, as somebody who, and again, I think it's fine. I like that these people are taking a knee and bringing it. This, we've talked about this. But on the flip side of it, and this is, I'm open-minded, I appreciated him standing out there by himself, too.
Right.
It's because you're also saying, well, this is how I strongly feel, so I'm going to take this action while other people are taking that. I like that, too.
Certainly
I like
subjective.
both. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's fine. Listen, you see a lot of these you see a lot of these places around the country now, boycotting football and not watching or serving the games at their local establishments, mostly via veterans posts around the country. I don't think it'll last. Quite frankly, I think that'll only go so far. But, if they feel good about what they're doing for now, then that's fine.
So you think the guy that burned his starter jacket will eventually go back to crawl and slither his way back into the store?
I think he woke up the next day with burning remorse.
I want to know what he did instead of. This is probably a guy who's been watching football his entire life on Sundays. What did he do?
I don't know.
I don't think he did the dishes.
I don't think he did the dishes.
But you bring up an interesting point, which is the time and place to do it. There was just a story, I don't know if PJ's working on it or not, there was a little boy, I don't know his age, who decided to kneel during the Pledge of Allegiance at school.
Oh boy, you're opening up a can of worms for me, aren't you?
No, this is good. This is good because. And I don't know too much of the story. We're looking into it. We're going to publish it later on thealternativedaily.com.
Beautiful. Go check it out, folks.
And before I segue into this, I think we're giving away. What are we giving away today?
Well, we were going to continue the BERKEY water filter giveaway.
Yep, we're giving away another BERKEY water filter. We'll tell you how to do that in a bit. We should always bring that up in the beginning. Remind me, okay?
I'm sorry.
Jeez. Anyways, so there was this. Did you get his age?
Yeah, he was a
First grader.
First grader.
Who decided to take.
How old are you in first grade, by the way?
16. Oh,
6 or 7 in first grade. Wow. Okay, so 6 or 7 year old boy. Where was this in the world?
Florida.
Shocker. Is it news or is it Florida? So 6 or 7 years old, kneels during the Pledge of Allegiance at school.
Private school or public school?
This was a public school.
Public school.
Public school. Now, first off, great to hear. Great to hear that they're still doing the Pledge of Allegiance, because I was under the impression that that was no longer being done in schools, specifically public schools.
They still do it.
Okay. I know they don't do it in certain
option?
places. It's an option. Okay. Well, so this school, please find the name of this school. We'll send a beautiful note to them. He kneels during the Pledge of Allegiance. Go ahead.
I love this. By the way, I love this dynamic because we definitely see on different sides, but I love that we talk about this. Is great.
It is wonderful.
It's like the modern day Hannity and Combs.
Yes.
Combs died though. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
It's a
Hannity,
very sad.
And Hannity vapes.
And Hannity vapes.
Yeah. You should. Can you pull that up?
I saw that. He says it's fake.
It's
He
fake
says
vape.
Pull that video up, okay? And we'll talk about
back
that
to
in
the
a second.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, and then we'll get to Hannity
Let's get to the
vaping.
real stuff.
So, 6 or 7 year old boy kneeling during the Pledge of Allegiance, right? This I'm sure what happens is you saw what happened on Sunday and everything like that. I bring it back to two things, right? And I'm gonna contradict myself. There is again, this kid was not throwing up double birds. He was not punching anybody. He was not picking. Well, who knows if he wasn't picking his nose?
Sure.
But he was decided to take a knee during the Pledge of Allegiance, right? Now, in school, if there are rules that say you must stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, then you have to follow the rules. If you want those rules changed, because let's say this little kid wants to, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he knows about it and wants to protest police brutality rather than just being like people on TV. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Then he should have a conversation with his parents, and then the three of them, and I know he's 6 or 7, but if he's enough to understand this stuff, they should go and want to talk to the teacher and to the principal and tell them, say, how can I respectfully do this if this is in the rule book? If it's not in the rule book, as a school administrator, what do you do? I don't think you punish the kid. I don't think you discipline him. I think you talk to him and you talk through it and try to get his standpoint, and not immediate, because what's going to happen is everybody's going to immediately point the finger at him and his parents, when really it just should be a discussion of, and they don't need to even do it in front of the class, right?
Sure. Oh no, of course not.
And especially at that age. Pull him inside. You're not in trouble. Let's just talk about what happened here, right?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with that more. I mean, I think it should be done in private. I think I would love to know his reasoning for doing it.
Sure.
I would love to know his understanding of what he's doing. Because at 6 or 7 years old, while this is what I said to you 2 days ago. I'm not sure he understands the gravity of what he's doing. It certainly isn't the end of the world by doing what he's doing. But these NFL players, by doing what they're doing, and whether they want to believe it or not, they are shaping the future. They are shaping the young minds of the future. Certainly not more than teachers in school, but they are a very strong social influence.
Sure.
So I would love to know, before I can quite frankly even comment on it, what he is thinking and why he is doing what he is doing. I would love to be taken back by his response, but I am confident he doesn't understand what he is doing.
And it's hard to fully understand the extent of it at 6 or 7.
So, but talking about the Pledge of Allegiance, I can give you my opinion on it, certainly. I'm sure you know where I stand. I think it's something that's been done.
Do you think it
we've
should
been a free nation? I think it
should
absolutely should be mandatory, and I think regardless of
so the federal government should tell little kids that they should pledge their...
Not the federal government, the school, which is ultimately run by the federal government, but it also could be private, so private entities as well. No, it's just something that should be done. It's the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. You are sitting in a classroom getting the best education in the world in this country because people fought for you to be able to do that. So the least you can do is take 30 seconds out of your day to say your Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. And quite frankly, if you don't want to pledge allegiance to the flag, why are you here?
So
why are you here?
At what point do we not have to pledge allegiance to the flag? If I go get gas, because this is a really good place to live, right? Should I go pledge allegiance to go get gas?
I don't see how that's...
We have pretty good grocery stores that exist here in this country. Should I pledge allegiance when I walk through there?
No. See, this is the thing.
Where is that line drawn where I say
a great question.
I have to pledge allegiance to the flag? I have to pledge allegiance to this country. Like, do we do it once a week? Do we once a day?
I think you do it daily in school, the way we've done it since we've been around, since we've been a free nation, since we've been able to do what we've been doing. I don't think that it should be an option, quite frankly. That's my perspective of it, right? Now, doing the national anthem before a sporting event, and listen, you know where I stand on this, everybody, but I do question it. It's a great question. Why do we still do the national anthem before we play sports?
Why didn't we do it before we did the podcast?
We should have done it.
I probably couldn't have
We
done
should
it.
have done it. No, but seriously, why do we do it before we play sporting events?
Well, the reason why they did it was after, I think, World War II to build in patriotism, which, of course, I believe was a good time to do it. You know,
Do you agree with patriotism?
Well, you have to define what that is. What do you mean by that? Like,
Do you
do I wrap myself in the flag? No.
No.
And I like.
But are you proud of your country? Are you proud to be living in the United States of America? Are you proud of your
I
freedom?
mean, I haven't lived anywhere else, right? And I think in terms of all privilege, this is a massive privilege for anybody that's been built in the United States. This is great, right?
So to get everything we get,
Yep.
to take 1 minute out of your day,
Yep.
to get enjoyment for 3 hours after you do it,
Sure.
is that not worth it to you?
So daily, right?
No. I'm talking about the national anthem before
Yeah.
sporting events.
Before, what if I don't watch sports? So
Then-
where do I fill that void for this? For the
You don't
national
have to fill that void. That's the
don't.
point.
Okay.
That's the point. All we're simply saying is
for sports?
for sports. Now,
Figure skating?
yeah, absolutely.
They don't do it before golf.
They don't do it before golf. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Do you call your parents every day and thank them for the life that you have?
No, but if their
That's-
parents were here
No,
that came over,
But you see what I'm saying?
then
Which
maybe
is
I would.
They,
I actually wish I could talk to them and say, thank you so much for making that decision to come to this free world.
I get that, but I'm saying for your parents having sex and birthing you. That's how.
I'd prefer not to think of that. Thank you.
But again, it's kind of the same thing. Like if
Yeah,
we should be
yeah.
thankful for the country that we live in, we should also be thankful that we're alive. And I think
Agreed,
that
agreed.
what you're coming from is actually a good spot, which is to be grateful for what we have.
That's all.
To be
That's
grateful,
all. I
to
don't
be
think that
thankful.
the rebellion is really going to provide anything but more divisiveness in this country, and I don't see what the point of that is.
I am proud of the country. I just don't. Where I guess am different from most folks is that when I look at the flag, you know, it reminds me of the country, which is great. But the flag itself, I don't look as a false idol, and I think a lot of people look at that as a false idol. You know,
Explain that. What does
sure.
that mean?
I was
False
I
idol.
was thinking about this today in the shower, which is we've talked about this before. Is a lot of people that claim to be patriots and patriotism seem to also be how do I say this? More religious than most. Would you agree with that or not?
I think that that's a fair statement.
Okay, so I'm not broad brushing, but let's say that's a generality, right? And I think that a lot of
That's
us,
a generality is what it is.
yeah, but I think
Because I do know a lot of people that have served this country
Sure.
and aren't necessarily religious.
Totally.
But I would side
let's
with
just-
you and
let's
say
just go down
that's,
that path.
that's a very fair
Okay.
generalization.
and if you look at somebody who's religious, if you look at somebody and let's even narrow that down even forward from a Christian standpoint too, right? There's only one God, right? And when Moses went up the mountain to talk to God, you know, in the first Testament, in the Old Testament, not the first one, not the second Testament, all right? The Old Testament, God was kind of pissed and was like, listen, they're down there like worshiping like this golden cow, this golden calf. Go fucking do something about that. So what did he do? He went down, took the tablets, boom, destroyed them, right? And because the point of that is, and I'm not a highly religious person at all, but I actually do enjoy the stories that are in the Bible. And I think this was a good story of saying that you've let something become almost as high as me, you need to knock that down. And so I think for what a lot of people from a patriotism, it's okay to love America, it's okay to love the flag, it's okay to love all that stuff. But I think for some people, there's this massive mental attachment to it where it's almost as high as God. And God's not American. God wasn't born here.
Sure.
Jesus wasn't American. You know what? Jesus was from the Middle East. I don't know if we can say that. But it's something that I think that more Americans should be aware of, that it's okay to have pride. It's okay to be grateful of this country, but you can't look at this thing as a false idol. It is a piece of fabric, right? When you go to communion, you're a Catholic, and you go to communion, Catholics believe that the communion turns actually into the body of
Christ,
Jesus, right?
yes.
That's the
Body of
transubstantiation.
Christ.
Body of Christ. Transubstantiation. Do you know that? There's nothing in here about the flag that this is actually the blood of people. It symbolizes it.
Sure.
Totally get it.
Sure.
But it's actually not. It's a piece of fabric. So I think that there needs to be a balance for more of the patriots to see that, look, I get it. Like, this is extremely important. But, like, this isn't a false idol. This isn't God. This isn't something that you can die for the ideas, but whether it's just a piece of fabric, we just need to be careful with. It's because for most religious people, when I'm coming back full circle, that there should only be one power, one God, one idol.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's my concern about the false idol, to come full circle.
Yeah, sure. I mean, with the religion thing, which I also don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
We'll save that for episode 23.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody has a right. That's the great thing about our country, to believe what they want to believe.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
So what if that thing is that the earth is
But
flat?
there is one thing that everybody needs to be on the same page about,
What's
and
that?
that is you live in the land of the free. And you should respect the land of the free, and you should pay your respects to that flag for the people that died for that
Is
flag.
Puerto Rico the land of the free?
You know what? I really don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, it's territory.
I really don't know. I've never been to Puerto
We need to
Rico.
give them more aid.
I do feel horrible about those folks down there going through what they're going through. I think 97% of the island's still without power.
I did look to see, like, and again, how ignorant I am. I was like, could you take a boat there? Could we take a boat there? Right. And it would actually take like 1.5 to 2 days to take that, while you'd actually have to refill like along the Bahamas. So I think that might not be doable for us to take a boat there. But I think by continuing to donate and continue to talk about it,
Right.
and
Raise
not
awareness.
let it go, is going to be extremely important, because they're not going to be rebuilt next week. It's just not going to happen.
No, but we need to get to a situation where those people have power, running water and food available to them, which is obviously still, crazily enough, in 2017 not available.
As of this podcast right now, 97% of people
Without power still.
Yeah, and there's actually
And listen, if you guys don't know about Florida or the Caribbean in the sense of the climate, obviously I know there's palm trees and it's warm, but I cannot stress to you enough. It's September
It's hot.
26th and it's 100 degrees out with humidity. So it is not a comfortable. You look good today. Good call on the non-gray. It is not a comfortable position to be in without power and air conditioning. So unfortunate.
So you said land of the free, and we should be able to believe and do as we so speak, try, believe, whatever. What about the Earth being flat? Can we believe that?
Ooh, great question. I guess, you know what? I guess you can believe that. I would like for somebody to believe that and then show me proof.
So we started. So we did a story yesterday about there's a rapper. I actually like his music. B.O.B.
B.O.B., yeah.
I dig it. And if there wasn't licensing issues, I'd play it for you right now while I'm talking about it. But my man thinks that the Earth is flat and actually started a GoFundMe page for $200,000 to buy a satellite, rent a satellite. PJ, you read it.
Yeah, it's to buy a satellite.
It's to buy a satellite.
Well, you could buy a satellite for $200,000.
Apparently, DoD found a way to justify his claims with that money.
Wow.
That's the magic.
Amazing.
Let's do a sidebar here for a second.
Yeah.
What do we think about this GoFundMe stuff?
What do you mean?
What do you think about GoFundMe?
Um,
Do you think it should be used for things like this?
I think for things like this, absolutely not.
Okay,
no,
cool.
because the guy makes, what do we say, $8 million?
That's what I mean. So why does he need
Why
people?
not? Why wouldn't he pay for it, Steve?
Yeah, but the basis of GoFundMe's and Kickstarters and all of those Indiegogos
Right.
is to crowdsource funds.
Totally.
For people who all believe in a singular goal. So this is a singular goal that a lot of people believe in.
Okay.
I think if he was to just do it
Wish
all
they'd spend their time doing things more important,
Well,
but hey.
let me debunk that. Let me debunk that, right? Okay. We decided that we want to try and create another apparel company, right? Well, I didn't ask people to fund it. We just took our money and started it.
You didn't, but you could have, and you would have built
Yeah.
a very highly engaged community that
Asking people to pay for your own idea is...
I think it's selfish. I
If-
think it goes against everything.
It goes against everything.
I do.
If, however...
I'm polarizing, guys.
I love it. If, however, like he's trying to send $200,000 of aid down to Puerto Rico,
Right.
totally get it.
Oh
right?
my God, that 200,000 would turn into 2 million.
Totally.
That's what he should be doing.
But he's trying to get a satellite to see the flat Earth. Again, I told you we could prove this with probably $5,000. Totally prove it.
What do we need? 4 drones?
You just need. I don't think drones can go that high. You need like a weather balloon. Send that thing straight on up. Take the fisheye off.
Right.
Stephen pointed out to me. Take the fisheye off so it doesn't look rounded, and you can literally see the curvature of the Earth. And here's the other thing: you can go on YouTube and just search these types of videos, and you can literally see as it goes in the atmosphere. Bleep, it's a little curvature of the Earth. It's amazing, right? Unless it's a conveyor belt, which Brianna said that it could be a conveyor belt. So flat Earth. I think that I'm going to vote that it's round.
I would like to agree with the fact that it's round, but
I like
I like the questioning.
I like the questioning.
I like the questioning, but
Like
it's
questioning.
almost like, maybe we should not question everything like that.
Yeah. Hexagon. Oh my goodness. Well, technically, it's not perfectly round because you have mountains and stuff like
If
that.
anybody's
but
ever been to
overall-
Epcot, it looks like the golf ball.
Yeah. So this is a good time to bring up how you can win your Berkey water filter. Email us at podcast@thealternativedaily.com. Subject line Berkey. Comments, snide remarks. Tell us why you hate Matt and Jake.
Yep.
And we'll send you a smiley face back. It's funny. Speaking of that, I was going through some old emails yesterday of because I was telling Patricia and Brianna that obviously I get hate mail, death threats just from owning and running a company that has the reach that we do. I was just going through some old stuff. I used to wake up my mornings with people calling me assholes and dropping F-bombs and saying they wanted to kill me and stuff like that. It's really fun when you go back and look through the comments of some of our
Nice.
stuff. Yeah. But if you
Very heartwarming.
don't do that. I mean, you can do that. Obviously, it's land of the free. You should be proud.
Thank you.
Yes. You can call us whatever you want. But,
Yes.
we really like nice things, too.
I've called myself worse, don't worry.
Anything else you want to cover?
No, I have written down Anthony Weiner, and I just don't even know if I want to go into it. It's just incredible what this guy has done. He's completely ruined his life. He was an up-and-coming star in the Democratic Party, somebody who was the future mayor of New York City, married to a very high-power woman in Uma Abedin. So, it's just really sad to see that this is actually a sickness.
What
This
is?
his inability to not be sexually active over text messaging with women. I use the term women loosely because the reason he's going to jail, folks, is because he was texting a 15-year-old across state lines, which is now a federal crime. But you know what? If I may finish.
You may.
Thank you so much. The fact of the matter is he's lucky. He is lucky that he did this across state lines because now he's going to federal prison. He's not going to upstate New York prison, or he's not going to Sing Sing. He is going to federal
Is
camp.
Sing Sing still a thing?
That's absolutely still a thing.
I always am talking about that on Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway, it's just really more of a note to say
Well,
what
I
a
think
tragedy.
there goes
It ruined his life.
through, and I don't know what the actual diagnosis would be, and we're not doctors. We play one on podcasts, but it's like, what is it that, is it the fact that he has to give in to every impulse, right? So, like, if you're super horny at work, you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to go masturbate in the corner
It's a
right now,
sickness.
right? And so when he's super horny, is it like, okay, let me find people online and just kind of show them my bird, right?
I guess so.
But for me, that's all bad. And I'm not even downplaying it. But for me, as a father, he has got a kid. He was sending dick pics while he was next
to the kid.
Yes.
Disgusting.
It's
so
a
sickness.
And I don't understand. I mean, I understand how. I mean, no. How could you get a boner next to your kid?
Thank you.
Right.
Anyway.
And if it's
I'm sorry I brought that
it's a morning boner, if you have to pee, I get it. But he's literally. No, come on. We all get morning boners with pee. No.
All right.
But anyways. But getting sexually active next while you're like cuddling your child.
Yeah. Odd.
But she
forgave him.
And she's a couple times, but I don't anymore. Are we
Not
back?
anymore.
No.
So he's got to go through a divorce hearing behind bars. How awesome is that?
I feel bad for him. Like
I don't.
I know.
At this point, I don't. But maybe I do.
just from a standpoint of
It's just sick.
a sickness, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad for her that she just could. It's
Like
just,
how
I feel
is
bad
that
for the kid.
exciting?
I feel bad for everybody.
How is that exciting? Sending a picture to somebody, getting a picture back. How is that exciting?
All right. So here's the deal. I was past the whole sexting and because when Gina and I started dating,
Past it.
it was like literally.
Meaning.
I'm sorry,
you
before.
used
I was
to.
before it.
Before.
it. That's what I meant. Like, we were in the days of instant messenger. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so whatever, you talk to your, at that time, girlfriend, whatever, however you talk. But, like, we had flip phones, and if you could take a picture, it was super grainy, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was never really into taking pictures
Yeah.
of myself and then sending it. But
I wasn't into it
missed-
because I'd look at myself
but
and
I
say,
missed
who would
that-
want to see this?
Because we graduated in 2005 and moved in together. So at that point, like, why would we send naked pics to each other? We lived together, right? So, but really, when this whole sexting thing kind of grew was like 2005, 2006
Yeah.
until today.
Yeah.
I missed this whole thing. Should I send her?
Snapchat exists because of this.
Do you think so?
I 100% think so.
Chat roulette. I do remember
100%
chat
think
roulette.
so.
But chat roulette was really interesting.
Yeah. So
Do you know what that is?
anyway, no, but it sounds
Does
like
it still
you
exist?
just.
If you go to chatroulette.com, literally it just throws you up on a live stream with somebody.
Yeah. See, that's.
And they're usually like in a cat outfit, like with Porky Pig style with nothing
my
on below.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's amazing.
goodness, crazy.
So I missed that whole thing. Did you? Any of you guys?
I missed it
sexting
as
here?
well. That wasn't something that I did.
You have? Oh, she has to.
She has to.
Yeah, Steve-O? Look, I mean, is
All
this awkward for me asking
We might.
you guys this?
Yeah. We should probably steal their phones later. Let's keep it on the
We
hush.
should probably talk to HR after
Yeah.
this.
It's not good. It's not good. We went down a rabbit hole.
Anyway, so Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, Anthony Weiner. Just sorry for bringing it up, but just a sad story, really. At the end of the day, guy ruined his life, and it'll never be the same.
I do feel bad for the child. It's like kind of like she
will grow up to read about
He's an
it.
interesting looking character,
Oh, yeah.
and his last name is Weiner, right? So she's already going to have a tough life anyway.
Yep.
But to have him really, I mean, the script wrote itself for this. It
I
was
know.
just
I love the headline: Weiner does hard time.
Yeah.
The best.
yeah.
The best. Didn't win. Wow. Touche.
But I didn't win.
We do some headline testing
Yeah,
around
we did
here.
some headline testing. Anyways,
But,
cool. Any big plans for today on a Wednesday?
no.
You look good.
Thank you. I'm feeling good. Got a lot of sleep last night.
when
Just,
the cat's away, huh?
yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is. What about you? Anything going on today?
No.
No. Nice, right?
I have a call at 3:30,
Yeah. Oh.
and that usually just kind of. I have a lot of anxiety about stuff like that because I'm like,
Mm.
I gotta have a call, so that means I can't do anything around this time. because I
Right.
gotta prep and
Yep.
yeah. So that's what we got. This is do we call it episode 2, Steve, or episode 37?
Yeah, we'll call it
2. So when we try and get people to do the podcast with us, do we kind of lie and say we're on episode 38? Okay, cool. That is the plan. We'll plan on getting some guests. We're gonna have people
Great.
phone in. We'll see if we can get some people coming here. Maybe we'll go travel.
Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna do
Sounds
it in
great.
Bali.
Bali. Excuse you.
Take over on coffee.
Yeah. So
Good job, Matt.
yeah.
So
So great.
So again, if you want to get that BERKEY, email us at podcast@thealternativedaily.com. Subject line BERKEY. Just leave us a comment, question, snide remark, etc. You can find us online at thealternativedaily.com. Are you on Twitter yet, Matt?
I am not.
Get on there. It's a dark place.
Yes, perfect. Sounds amazing.
Twitter at Jake Surfs. And you can find all of us at thealternativedaily.com.
Perfect.
And Steve-O's personal number is 561.
488
There we go.
8675.
For all of us here in the office, have a good day.
Ciao.